played 17 games, including today, and 5 of those have been at Latimer Park. But today is the original anniversary of the 50 years of wearing the famous Kettering Town Tyres shirt. And it was played on the 24th of January at Rockingham Road against Bath City, a 2-2 draw. So today is the official, anniversary of that event. And unfortunately, though, Kettering aren't playing in those shirts. Apparently, and don't quote me on this, the time we will be doing will be against Hales Owen at Rockingham Road, which we were, at Latimer Park. But we'll have to wait and see on that. So, again, since then, Kettering have had 17 different goal scorers so far this season. That's the most in the league. And believe it or not, that Niall Ranger is still the leading goal scorer with 6, followed by Levi Andow on 4. So a few statistics there for you. Teams are on the website, so you can look at those. Just to give you a bit of team news, we've outgoing James Clifton and Ethan Fitzhugh have gone back to their respective clubs after their loan periods expired. Incoming, we have Ryan Inman, who joined last week for the rest of the season from Bedford, and signed yesterday Nathan Jeshi, a centre forward who was signed from Whitstable Town, who he won the FA Vars with. And they were currently top of the league when he joined us. Of course, that's the Spartan South Counties Eastern Premier Division. He's also played for Grey Wanderers, Snodland Town. Yes, I don't know who they are either. Hemel Hempstead, Queen's Park Range Development, Mason United, and Fleet Town. Preston Bittermo has had his loan extended to the rest of the season, unless Hereford call him back. And Blaine Rowe, not on the team sheet today, is suspended. And that'll be quite a chunk there. There has been a 0-0 draw between the two sides in the 8 meetings. And Cristofanti, a hat-trick hero as a sub, the only Poppy to achieve that feat. And that was done all in 16 minutes all those years ago. And just one pointer before we get dug on. There were 3 fixtures in our league on Tuesday night. All of those attendances combined came to 601 and didn't even reach our lowest attendance of the season, which is 731. Stamford 278, at Leeston 114, and at Real Bedford 209. So that was the roll call there. Beside me, head of media, Doug. How are we?
Very well, Paul. It's great to welcome everybody here to Woodside Park. We're just in the flight path of Stansted Airport, and apart from some of the issues on the A14, we've arrived safely, and it's good to have Paul back with us after 7 weeks of forced absence, just in terms of the sort of illness, but he's back raring to go, and I'm sure you'll hear his dulcet tones over the airwaves.
Hear me croak away.
I think so. So between us, we'll be able to cover the game. Yeah. It's actually blue skies here, sort of scattering of grey clouds, but it's dry, it's bright, it's crisp, and Poppies are ready for their second game, I suppose, of the of 2006, and hoping not only to be able to get 3 points, but a better performance here as well, as the Tannoy gets a bit excited, as the teams are obviously on their way out as well. So that'll be absolutely fantastic. Bishop Stortford are in a pretty good run of form, Paul, I think, as well, isn't it? They're
well, they've got 8 points from the last 5 games compared to the Poppies 5 points from the last 5 games. They started the season off like a house on fire, like we did.
Yeah.
And then have dropped away. They had a very good run in the FA Trophy. And, of course, that came to an end. And it has put them behind with games. We're all there, though, at that one. We're behind with games. Looks like we're never going to get a home game in. Keep your eyes out for Tuesday night. As the forecast isn't good. In fact, the last game that Bishop Stortford had was Jan the 17th against Redditch, a 0-0 draw. And the last win was December the 20th same time as Kettering, I think, really.
That's
so,
right, exactly. But they've done well. I mean, they're in a good run, picking up points both home and away. Only lost once in their last 5 Southern League Premier Central outings. And again, the Blues, managed by Steve Castle, there are 6 places above Kettering Town in the form league, in 9th with 8 points from the previous 5 games. So their home record's not absolutely fantastic, being about mid-table really. Achieved 19 points from 13 games, but they're a difficult team to beat. As Paul was saying, they got a good 0-0 against Redditch at the last game, so this isn't going to be easy. And certainly with both teams pushing for playoffs, it's got to be important that the 3 points are secured here as the teams come out here from Woodside Park, led by today's referee, Liam Giles, whichever the way you want to say it, and assistant referee Stephen Vieira, and another Stephen Barlow.
Teams then lining up in front of us, and no doubt Bishop Stortford will be wanting to get their revenge for that 3-1 defeat at Latimer Park earlier this season. 2 of those goal scorers no longer with us, Loza and Ranger, and Ishbel Pataggio, the only member of that scoring trio, still out there on the pitch. Not been a 4-figure attendance between the 2 sides, and I doubt there will be this afternoon with this game being segregated, which is quite strange, to be honest. But there we have it. The referee this afternoon is Liam Giles. I believe it's his first game officiating the Poppies, and we'll see how he gets on with the 2 sides at Woodside Park this afternoon. You listen to Poppies TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. And we thank Elgood's for their continued support, and Marcus for all his efforts in keeping with KTFC Media. The team's just going through their final preparations. Kettering in red and black this afternoon, and Bishop Stortford in all blue with a Chelsea-type flash down the shorts. And of course, Kettering won here 2-0 last season. So the record in recent seasons has been pretty good against the Blues. They call themselves the Blues. I call them the Bishops. But there we have it. They are called the Blues. And the referee is gathering the captains over together. And they're getting ready for the all-important flick of the coin. And just looking at Kai Williams. He's back in favour with us after a little injury. Lewis Coyle still on loan from Bedford. He's out there as well. New boy Ryan Inman making his debut this afternoon. And hopefully we'll see Nathan Jeshi, the number 9, who signed late yesterday, come on a little later in the proceedings. So it looks like we're getting ready to kick off. If you've been to Bishop, there are 4 stands, 1 at each end and across of each other. And Kettering are in the airport end, I'll call it. And the Stansted Airport end, we'll call that one. And there's a few Kettering fans here, which is good. There would have been more, but for the segregation, which has cost Bishop Stortford a little bit of money from Kettering fans. But we're getting ready to kick off. The referee just going through the rituals of saluting to both keepers and his officials. I don't know why we're waiting, but everyone's just jumping around. Liam Donald looking at his watch, and Doug looking at our clock as well. So still waiting to get this game underway. Their referee must have a sundial. The sun's gone in. So looks at his arm, and we're on. And Bishop Stortford put the ball straight out of play for a throw-in. And now in front of the dugout on our left-hand side. Poppies kicking from left to right. Andau throws it straight to the Bishop number 5. Pataggio gets the ball in towards Panther. It's cleared by Charlie Johnson. It goes high into the sky, and Pataggio still trying to get the ball back. And Inman did get the ball back. Finds Wes York, who's getting a rare start, but he's there. And he puts the ball out of play for a throw on the right-hand side. Early doors as Leon Davis is going to take this throw for the Blues. Intercepted by Pataggio to Williams, who's tripped, knocked off the ball, but Bishop Stortford get it away with Charlie Castle. The new Charlie Castle is Steve Castle, the manager.
I would have thought so. Some relationship there. It's good to see the referee getting involved there from an early action point of view. The ball was kicked to him. He tracked it well, to be fair. Brought it down, played a beautiful pass, but he's going to bring the game back. So they're going to drop ball to the Blues, who are going to restart the game with one of the centre halves there, Mark Haynes. They're splendid in all blue. Just ready to get going again. So we're in the second minute. So Haynes plays it all the way back to Adam Hayton now in sky blue today, Paul.
Yes, very fetching, isn't it? Very fetching indeed. As the ball is played on the far side, as Bedford still in their own half, back with the keeper Hayton. And well, a turquoisey colour, like turquoise. But it's back to Haynes, who gets it back to the keeper again, still fiddling around with it on Haynes and Hayton. Finally, he clears it. And kept in play nicely by Kanabi, the leading goal scorer. It comes off and out for a throw, taken quickly by Davis. Intercepted by the side. Little flick on by Pataggio, but intercepted on the far side by the number 11. But foul on Coyle, just out inside Kettering's half. Out wide to Panther on the far side. Panther going down the byline, still with Panther. Flicks the ball back to Lewis. And to Coyle. Lewis again puts the ball over, trying to find Williams. It hit too heavy, and that goes out of play. Incidentally, if you're wondering about Latimer Park, the Burton Park Wanderers game was postponed, although there's been no rain. It's still very, very wet indeed. And as I said a little earlier, keep your eyes out on the forecast. It's going to be heavy rain the next 2 days. And it doesn't look good for Tuesday, but we'll have to wait and see on that as Stortford get the ball to Anda, who puts the ball out of play. Throw in. And into the third minute. Still early gambit from both sides as the ball is pumped towards Glennon. Glennon flicks it back, trying to find Inman. The ball has disappeared from view. Hooked out of play by the Bishop Stortford number 6. And it will be a throw to Kettering, right with Liam McDonald. Nick Green trying to get involved as well, but and out. Right, trying to find York. He's beaten to it. Pataggio only heads the ball to Davis. He's now flicked on. Away goes the Stortford number 11. Flicks it out wide to Castle. Castle might try a long ranger here. He puts the ball through. Nobody intercepting, and there is Alexander. First touch for him. Bowls the ball out to Coyle on the far side. Coyle over the halfway line. He's got Panther outside him. Who he uses? Panther on that wing. Still Panther comes inside. Goes outside, trying to get the ball over. Runs it out of play. And that will be a goal kick. 0-0, 4 minutes.
Indeed, Panther did well there to get down to the left-hand side, but just overran the ball. It's gone out for a goal kick, which Avon will take. Quite interestingly, Kettering have got playing a sort of fairly straight 4-4-2 at the moment, but certainly looking to press the Bishop Stortford defence. The ball's played forward by Haynes, headed on by Castle, goes to Akwamabi down the right-hand side, taking on. He goes down there, but there's no chance of that being a penalty. Will Glennon there just policing him, and Salim Family just went down there very easily for, I think, to be honest.
He did. Decent player, though. Got to watch him. He's the leading goal scorer. And I remember earlier in the season, so we went 2-0 ahead. They were quite a threat with Bishop. And hopefully Kettering can generate something like that as Lewis finds the ball out towards Panther, keeps it in right by the corner. No, he doesn't. He's offside. So he did keep it in, but he was offside. So it's irrelevant on that one. There are still plenty of the special programme available from last week. Al Church, it's a special design programme to mimic the 1976 edition. That game will be arranged, and we'll be using that programme. So if you haven't got your copy, you can still obtain one. The ball is with Haynes, back to Hayton, the keeper. He's by the penalty spot, just rolls it a couple of paces, and out wide on the far side, back to the keeper again. Keeper's getting more the ball than anybody else at the moment. And Haynes again looks up, a lot of movement for him. Finds Russell. Back to the keeper again, Hayden. Wonder if he's on peacetime with the ball, because he's seen quite a bit of it. And the way he goes, he sends a long ball. There it's Gledden. He gets another touch, goes down. Williams flicks the ball through. Still going through, though. Excellent work from Williams. Plays it out wide to Panther. This time he can keep it in, and it is onside. In the penalty, puts the ball over. It's blocked and cleared by De Silva, who runs away with the ball. He finds Vasilio. And still with the ball in Kettering's half, but end to end when the play is in motion. Back to Davis. Didn't work there, but accepted by Williams. His attempted pass to Panther is cut out by Johnson. Good work on the far side there for Stortford as they come away. Good tackle by, or interception today by Coyle. It goes out for a throw-in. And lights are on here already. They probably will hear the thunder trap of Ryanair going over, or
who knows what sunny climes we'll be going to. But here at Hillside Park.
Considering the amount of weather we've had, pitches look like it's in good condition. The ball comes through, an attempted chip and shot by the number 11 there, Oni Wagera, and that goes well over the bar. Little tame effort, really. I mentioned the plane taking off, and the engines roaring in the background. Is that Trump landing, or is that
flying over Greenland at some point?
has he bought it yet?
I know, yes. Hopefully not.
Forsyth then with the ball on the far side. Yes, it's Lewis. Lewis back to Forsyth. He switches it to the centre with Bataggio. Look to send Andau away, but it's intercepted. Williams having a little tussle there with Charlie Castle, and Castle comes out the better of it, according to the referee. Looks a bit like James Corden. He says, yeah, didn't like him either. That would be a free kick. That'd be taken quickly. Hayden sending it long. The side wins that and falls over Inman. Ball with the number 10, Russell, on the halfway line, puts it back. Thompson, the captain. Now wide to De Silva. Back to Thompson. Squared the ball to Johnson. Still in the Bishop half. He plays this one out wide as well. Little flick, but Andau can't get there. Davis can. Keeping the ball well are the Bishops, and it goes out of play for Bishop Throat to win off Andau. So the pitch looks in good condition.
It's very good. It's actually very good. It's playing well. Comes up in the middle there a little bit, but it's actually a very good playing surface considering the weather that we've had. So it should be good for both teams.
So Davis gets the ball, but he hits his own leg, and Inman clears it. But in doing so, it goes out of play. Of course, Inman making his debut today. Ryan Inman. Frame taken quickly, and a push in the back by Inman. Referee doesn't give the foul, though. The side plays it out wide on the far side to Coyle. Coyle sending Panther away, but it needs to be a racehorse to get near that, and that goes out of play for a goal kick as Adam Hayton, who had took the ball for about a minute, goes to retrieve it and take the goal kick. 0-0 with 10 minutes. This game gone.
Nick plays it out. Wace York is playing his usual sort of Jack Russell Terrier role up front, but he's on his own just to try and close down any play out from the back from the Bishop Stortford at number 6. But it's not all the way back to Jay Alexander in the fluorescent green boots this evening, this afternoon, I should say. Played out to Coyle, ball on the far side, again being pushed back, back to the full side. Plays it across the 18-yard area here to Will Glennon, sporting a new haircut. He's going to play it long, as he does. Plays it straight into Bishop Stortford, though. It turned Brad Russell in midfield, plays it out to De Silva. De Silva just holding the ball, plays it out to the far side now. They're getting into Kettering area, back out to Ackham. Van Beaver goes after a throw on the far side.
Yeah, Bishop moved the ball really well when they're in flow, find the men well. So far, neither side have created a chance in this first 11 minutes or so. Bishop with the ball in their own half. It's been squared to Haynes. He pumps it forward. Little flick on, but there's Glennon trying to find Williams. It comes off Williams rather fortuitously for Stortford. Davies takes a throw in quickly, gets the ball back, and then it's blocked by Bishop number 3 Davis. We are throwing to Kettering, and our halfway Kettering's half, right in front of the dugout. Not a lot of movement from, but he finds Inman. He sends the ball high. Haynes underneath it. He catches it. The ball is out of play. Saw that catch in that one-day international yesterday from Sri Lanka. It was sensational. It was rather similar to that, as the number 22 gets the ball away, but only towards Inman. Inman with a bit of space if he can find anybody. He finds Williams. Williams taken out there. That
oh dear,
will be a talking to at least. A late tackle on Williams, and he goes down. Referee goes over. Not sure who the player was, to be fair.
It was number 22, Charlie Johnson.
Charlie Johnson, and the referee is having a quick word with him. One more of those, mate, here in the book.
I mean, to be fair, Paul, that could easily have been a yellow. He just took him out.
He did.
There's no attempt to play the ball whatsoever. I think Liam Giles, the referee, there's been very lenient, and certainly George Forsyth is making that very point.
Let's just say if it's consistent with these. And normally when a Kettering player does that, he goes straight into the book, and that's it. But we'll see how he gets on. Liam Giles, the referee, paced out the 10 yards. Just Charlie Castle, can't really call it a wall, can you? But he's in that position.
Yeah.
And Fataggio to take this free kick on the right-hand side. Floats the ball. It's a poor one. And goes straight through to Hayton. Catches it both hands easily. And still with to the 14th minute here, not a chance for either side. And Kettering will be relieved to a certain extent. They've not conceded. Won a few goals in the last few games.
It's true.
4 at Leiston, 4 at Harborough. Ball has been hit by Hayton, and they're intercepted, but then he gets through to Castle. He tries a heavy flick. Glennon's got to work hard here over his head. Waits for the bounce as Williams, and headed out by Davis to Castle. And then the ball goes out of play for goal kick. Sorry, Brad Russell, not Castle. Goes for a goal. Particularly in front of the Kettering fans, some flags out there. About 50 or 60 probably Kettering fans here.
Yeah, I think so. Because of segregation, I suppose, not many decided to travel down, but there's a smattering of some of the Kettering Tire shirts in there as well in the crowd, which is good to see.
Forsyth on the far side from the goal kick. Puts the ball through to Fataggio, and he does well under pressure. Beats 2 players with ease. Fataggio still going. He's got Panther out there, and he won't reach him. It wasn't Panther. It was Lewis. And the ball is back with the keeper, Alexander. Glennon has the ball, moving forward. Glennon looks up, playing in white boots. Sends the ball towards Panther. It's beaten though easily. The ball back with the keeper. Has to take drastic action to clear it, which he does. And another foul, this time by number 19. Not sure if it's a head injury, but certainly was leaning with the elbow. And it is on Inman. Welcome to the kitchen in divisions.
Baptism there.
Yeah, baptism of fire with an elbow into the eye, but he's okay. Look. Canby was the perpetrator of that foul. Free kick just a foot inside the Bishop half in the centre circle, played out wide towards the side. Ball comes over and is headed out. for a goal kick. Not sure what he was going to do with that. It wasn't on target. It wasn't towards anybody.
No, it's more like a sort of like an Arsenal set piece. If we ever get that sort of ball to the far post and see if Forsyth can head
But
it back
Arsenal
in.
good at set pieces.
Apparently so, but I think we've got some way to go to emulate them. That's all I would say after that.
Bishop Stortford then mounting an attack. Well won by Glennon, gets the ball to Inman. He finds Williams. Williams is wearing gloves, the only one for Kettering, and a foul on Inman, to the displeasure there of the Bishop Stortford fans in front of us. Blatant. Glennon now, he's got about 2 foot inside with his free kick into the Bishop half. Inman comes a bit closer, but that goes back to the Bishop man, the number 10. Glennon then this time plays it out wide towards Coyle. It won't reach him, and cleared by Anya Wagera. Is out for a throw-in. Coyle has remained up, so probably will take this. No, he's leaving it for Andau. So we might be getting a long throw-in.
We are definitely. Yeah, the Avengers are massing in the 18-yard box now, Paul, for this.
It's going to be a long throw. He's right back against the board to give as much elevation as possible with his dispatch. In he comes. Throwing comes in. It's a decent one. Headed out, though, by 2 Bishop players as an overhead kick by Lewis that goes harmlessly into the DMP scaffolding stand where the ranks of the Bishop fans are quiet as mice behind the goal. In fact, it's a very, very quiet atmosphere, to be honest. It's a goal kick to be taken by Hayton. We're into the 18th minute of this game. There's no real chances for either side. Not a lot to talk about, really.
No,
not even many planes to look at.
Even 0-0 at the minute.
But Forsyth gets the header in towards Pataggio, but he can't win it. Good work there by Davis for Bishop. Headed on by Castle. Basilio, and the ball goes out of play from him for a Poppies throw-in. Wonder what it's like to play at Latimer Park.
I don't know. It's been a while.
We tried last week. What a fiasco that was.
Well, it's a bit of a nightmare. We'll see what happens on Tuesday, but the weather gods may not going to be against us, I think. So we need to be able to pick up points on the road anyway. So Davis, the ball clears it into midfield. Pulled by Ash, a lovely dummy there from York. It goes to Williams. Williams going down to the byline. Williams gets a cross in. Panther's too far. It goes over him, but it's as far onto the far side now. He plays it out to the edge to Alfie Williams. Alfie Williams, 6 yards outside the 18-yard box on the left-hand side. Plays it to Coyle. And then back to Forsyth.
Yeah, he plays it in towards Lewis, who then plays it back to the side. It's with Inman, with Lennon now in Kettering's half. Back to Andau. He beats his man quite easily. He's in the centre. He finds Forsyth. It's out wide. Lewis. Still Lewis. Trying to thread the ball through to Panther. It doesn't reach him. It does reach Forsyth, though. He taps it back to Lewis. He has a look up. Not a lot on for him. Reds into it. Inman. Inman going forward, trying to find Panther. He does. Panther brought York, down in the D. York puts the ball in. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. And he should.
Is that going to be a red?
He's going, and a red.
The red. It has to be a red. Got to
red
be a red
card.
ball, that. Oh, I've just seen the manager, Steve Castle, there is just his expression on his face there when he knew that was going to be a red card. But it had to be. There was no doubt about it. I mean, the ball played through, wasn't it, Paul, to Panther? Panther then just right on the inside the D on the 18-yard, which was fouled. Referee didn't really do anything, and then York didn't let it lie. He wanted to follow the ball through, went round a defender, went round the keeper, and then it was brought down as he got to the 6-yard shot, just about to shoot in. So a penalty we have, Paul.
It is, yes, and they are down to 10 men. Often harder, if they say, to play with 10 men, but with so much time to go. I mean, 70 minutes. It's going to be in 10. You never know with these games, but it's going to be Glennon. And has been successful with his set pieces and his penalties. Panther wanted to take it. Can't see who was sent off. Is it Haynes? No, it's
not. No,
it is Jake Thompson, the captain.
It's Charlie Johnson, 22.
So Glennon then in front of the away fans. Glennon steps up, takes it, sends him wrong way, 1-0. Poppies take the lead, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and deservedly so after that stop and a penalty. So I saw his dad as we came in, Lloyd. He'll be happy with that. And they all go there to celebrate. Double whammy then for Bishop, a penalty scored and a man sent off. So a lot of work for the home side to do. And I think Mark, we're getting a bit of abuse there going by the Bishop fans.
Yeah, they're not happy. They're not happy, but that was a great penalty from Glennon, though. He just dispatched it beautifully, just tucked it into Hayden's right hand net there. Wasn't going to get anywhere near it. He dived the other way, but certainly I think you have to get credit to York, who didn't wait for the referee to give the free kick. He followed the ball round, went round the player. Dummy the keeper was just taken out as he went to strike the ball, but Poppies are 1-0 up. It's 22nd minutes, and it's all to play for here in at Woodside Park.
Of course, that also propels Glennon to second leading goal scorer. As away goes Panther, but out comes the keeper to dive at the feet and does well. But yes, he's equal with Andow now in second place with the goal scoring. Yeah, I don't know if you heard my bit earlier, but we've got 17 different goal scorers this season for Kettering. So far, that is the highest in the league. In fact, we haven't got one in double figures. Presents a different story.
That's another matter.
But Hayton still with the ball. Lewis gets ahead to it, but only towards Watersilio. He sends it long, but nobody there this time. Glennon allows it to bounce to Alexander. He bowls the ball out to Forsyth on the far side. He plays it out wide to Coyle. And back to Forsyth. Coyle also back from injury. Finds Glennon, the goal scorer. Glennon. The Forsyth in the centre. 1-0 to the Poppies if you just joined us. Finds Inman. Inman, he's free. He gets the ball back to Glennon. And out. Kettering now playing keepy.
See that Bishop have just gone, still keeping the back four, but they've gone to a 4-2-3 almost at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Glennon then sends the ball towards York. He's knocked off the ball, but Williams can't control it. It's cleared. Finds Akambi. And he's got 3 or 4 Kettering players in front of him, but he's beaten to it by Inman, then Pataggio. And then York gets the ball. York best missed the ball and went without it, but he gets the ball to Andow. Andow sends a ball for Williams. Can he keep this in? I doubt it. He can't. Goal kick. Optimistic, but yeah. And the Bishop fans have woke up, as the Kettering fans have. They're on a little bit of a battle at each end here. We're in the middle, so I'm going to give it Kettering on the decibel level. Haynes then for Bishop coming forward, sends a long ball. It goes over everybody. There is Captain Forsyth. Gets it to Lewis. Lewis out wide to Coyle. Coyle back to Lewis. He's over the halfway line. Just jogging really. Plays it to Inman. And a solid debut so far. Back to Forsyth and then Glennon. Glennon back to Forsyth. And then Glennon's got it back again. Have a tape loop going here. Glennon to Forsyth. Glennon, but Andow joins in. Back to Glennon. Goes forward back to Forsyth. And now it's Lewis in the centre circle. Forsyth out wide to Coyle. Coyle sending a ball over to the centre. There is Mark Haynes, though, to head the ball out. Then cleared by Charlie Castle. Goes high into the night sky. Back header, though, to York. His back header only finds a silver. No Kettering player had anticipated that. And it is back with Haynes. Ball being pumped forward. Away come Bishop in the centre circle. It's the dangerous number 11. And he falls over himself. And the ball goes to Russell. He finds Haynes. And Kettering get the ball away. Out comes Alexander. And there's a foul on the halfway line. It is on Brad Russell. Wasn't late. It was just a foul. No action taken by the referee. Steve Castle directing from his box.
Yeah,
any later scores at all?
Oh,
right, okay. Free kick taken by De Silva, who swapped sides, sporting a fetching beard. And, De Silva sends it out wide, offside.
Just picking up some scores from around the league. So obviously we are 1-0 up. Fantastic. Corn playing Royston away at Royston. Corn are 1-0 up. Spalding United 1-0 up against Banbury, and the rest I think are all 0-0 at the moment.
So Glennon then from the free kick, trotting forward, sends the ball, but it's a misplaced ball from him, goes out of play for a goal kick. Williams no chance of getting that. And Adam Hayton, I think Hayton, Haynes, Forsyth and Glennon have seen more of the ball than anybody else.
We certainly have, and with that 10 men that they're down to now, Paul, that's going to be more interesting for them as they're going to get tired as the game continues on in the 28th minute.
It all depends if Kettering assert themselves and don't let Bishop back into the game as the ball comes forward. Alexander comes out, dispatches it towards York. York hit on the head, but it goes only towards Lewis. Lewis switches it on the far side to Coyle. He's got Panther outside him. Who he uses? Panther. He's coming inside. Panther again puts the ball over. It's hit by Davis, and it only goes towards Andau, who's collecting the ball. He puts it over towards the back post. Good catch from the keeper. And Coyle was ready to pounce if the keeper made a mistake. A good catch from Hayton. And he gets us back underway with a kick out towards Coyle. And there is Lewis sending it long. That's going to go out of play as it was out for a throw-in.
Well, it's a throw-in with the Poppies on the far side.
So it wasn't Thompson that was sent off. He's still out there.
Oh, it was Charlie Johnson. Number 22. Yeah.
Not a lot of difference.
No, but they're going to miss him. He was quite useful, I would say, in the first 10 minutes that he was on. But nevertheless, I think that Poppies can hold on to the ball here. They get another one. I think that'll be, hopefully we say game over. But anyway, throw at the far side with Ando.
Long throwing coming in then from him. It comes in. It's headed easily this time by Thompson, who's rejoined it and cleared. It's a good ball, in fact, to the striker, Akambi, but intercepted by Glennon. He's had to put the ball out of play, otherwise Basilio would have been away. But Kettering get the throw. It must come off Basilio last. Coyle going to take this. Lynn McDonald calming things down out there. Squares the ball aside to Glennon. He's coming away with it now in Kettering's halfway. He's got Inman with him. First to use the tag team of Scythe and Glennon out wide to Coyle, who chests it down, puts the ball forward towards Panther. Panther, can he keep this in? He can. Puts the ball over low, cleared by the Bishops, and that will go for a Poppies throw. As their fans start singing in the D&B scaffolding stand. Inman in the centre. going forward. Looks up, plays it through to Petagio. Petagio, can he get the ball? He can't. It's been put out by Mark Haynes for a Kettering corner. Petagio went into the hoardings, but he's okay. And it will be a corner. We're into the 31st minute here at Woodside Park, home of Bishop Stortford. Listening to a broadcast with myself, Paul Cook, and Doug Brown. Sponsored by Eldred's Brewery, as Petagio takes the corner towards Inman. It's a low one. It's going to get the ball back. The ball comes over. He tries, it hits the bar. And in comes Versailles. And cries of handball, and not this time. Versailles on the volley. And is that an escape? I'd like to see that again. Won't, but...
I think it was a save. It was a good save.
It was a good save.
It was a good save, but he needed to make that, because it was a good attack from Poppies' first corner. Lovely sort of cross in there from Petagio, and a good palm out. I think we can say that from Hayton. He needed to do that. Another shot coming in from Forsyth, just canned off the big number 5 arm, but no penalty given. As Castle trying to get through, Ando puts a step in and goes back to Alexander, who plays the ball. York tries to intercept, but it comes to Inman. Inman plays a lovely ball out to Panther on the left-hand side, but he's offside as...
well, there was a foul on Petagio off the ball that the referee missed before the offside.
Yes, definitely.
And he was bowled down in the mud. But going back to that chance and the save that Hayton made, he played it onto the bar, didn't he? And it came off the bar. Towards the side, who cannoned in a shot, and cries of a penalty came to nothing, and it remains 1-0 to the Poppies. As said goalkeeper Hayton comes out to take this free kick, plays it out wide, and Davis is going to get this. Little flick through there. There is Russell. Good work by Coyle. Equally good work by Onyewagbera. Intercepted by Petagio. Shot comes in high, wide, and handsome for the Blues. Speculative shot from around 30 yards. Real first effort, I'd say, off target. Hasn't been one on target yet. It's all given to the side. Squares it to Glennon, out to Andow. Little half kick there, but it's back with Glennon. Into Inman, back to Glennon. Sends it long. It's time for Petagio. He's got inside his man. He comes through. Can he get a shot in? He can't. He did 90% of that really well, and the last 10% let him down. And I thought he was going to wriggle his way through and slot it past Hayton, but it didn't happen. Good work, though, from Kettering.
Indeed. Tony Akamwambi plays it to Russell, just in the centre circle there, as Castle plays the ball out. Back again to Davis. Bit more confidence of play here from Bishop Stortford now. Lovely 1-2. Akamwambi back into number 12 there, Petagio. Just holding the ball back, goes back to Haynes, just on the halfway line. So it goes back to Diglo, goes up to Akamwambi, back into Castle, trying to get his feet going, but Alfie Lewis takes the ball off his toe there, plays it out to Eddie Panther. He's on his own. It's just him and Tate Thompson. He beats him, he nutmegs him. He's away down now. Panther's picking up the yards. He goes onto the 18-yard box. I think he's going to shoot for this, as he does. Ricochets, and absolute fizzed across the 6-yard area there. Hayton had no chance whatsoever, and it's just cleared the left-hand post. Again, Steve Castle underneath us here. The Bishop Stortford manager was a face of disgust, but relief as that fizz past the left-hand side, and it goes out for a Poppies corner towards our right-hand side here, which is Petagio just about to take.
A few goals here. Harborough got one up against Leaston. Spalding one up at Banbury, as Doug said earlier. Corn one up at Royston. And all the rest are 0-0 beside our game. So not a lot of goals. Petagio leaving it for Coyle to take this corner. In it comes towards that back post. Easily caught by the keeper, who's in well again. It's been impressive from corners as Hayton. He sends it out wide, but in his haste, he puts the ball out for a Poppies throw-in. Certainly been Kettering's game so far. Don't forget that the Bishops are down to 10 men. And Charlie Johnson got sent off, not Jake Thompson, who I thought. That is a poor these days.
Overrated, I think, the old ball.
Inman out wide to Ander. He plays it back to Glennon as the Ryanair plane flies over us. Into Jersey, I suppose, or maybe Ireland as Versailles on the halfway line. Going forward with a nosebleed for him, but sends it out wide to Coyle. Coyle, what can he do? Gets the ball back to Lewis. Lewis tries a long-range shot, and less said about that, the better.
Well, I think there was plenty of intent in that ball. I think that's about as much.
Had it a swerve, it might have gone in, but
had it been 15 yards to the right, then we might have got a little bit excited. But it is what it is. Just a couple of comments coming in on there. So we've got June from Australia, which is fantastic to join us.
Good day.
Wood is in Lanzarote has joined us.
Good day.
And it's nice to see a bit of banter between some of the guys on the chat. So it's great to have you with us here. We really appreciate it. As we are,
I'd like to say, Doug, thanks to all the people that have been inquiring about my health.
Yes,
it does mean a lot, to be honest. And hopefully I'm croaking away okay at the moment. As the ball goes through to Andow. Andow out wide to Panther. Has to get back. Panther going forward. Might try one. It does. Puts it in. Blocked again. And this time it's kept in. It spins away. And Bandy keeps the ball. Gets it through to Davis. Davis in the centre to Castle. Back to Haynes and then to Davis. Russell. He finds Basilio. So 1-2 off the ball. There was a foul on Basilio by Andow. Referee didn't see it. That's 1-1 then on those. As the ball has been played by Alexander out at the side. Still going forward. Finds Pataggio. Out to Coyle. Coyle. Into Pataggio. Pataggio squares it to Inman. Inman out wide to Williams on this right-hand side. Williams just outside the penalty area. Puts the ball in. Tries one here. Great effort and another good stop and save by the keeper. I thought it was going to go over in the top corner, but he did well. And he's keeping them in the game, but his goal kicking has gone to pot as he just boosts that one straight out. But certainly has done well in goal.
I think Poppies need another goal. I would say, Paul, just to make sure that they're not going to fall foul of any
definitely.
counter-attacks.
All they want is one error, one fluke, and it's 1-1, isn't it? So Williams gets the ball, gets a 1-2. Williams, if that bloke could sit down, I could see. It's
blocked and
been blocked for a throw in.
Ricocheted off Williams for a throw there. But Fisher Stortford are a very organised side, very good footballing side, so they will get chances, I'm sure, as the game progresses, even with 10 men. So we're just going to be on the guard, Poppies, I think, as we're into the 40th minute here. Ball tries a shot, cleared up into the air by Haynes. It's a watery sun now, it's just glinting over the Woodside Park. As Pichardo tracks the ball well, plays it out to Inman, right in the middle of the park. Plays it out to Williams, out to the right-hand side. Ball comes in, lovely little trip there, or return, I should say, but picked up by Castle to Brad Russell, who has the ball. It's played out now to Akpanwi. Akpanwi's hold the ball, he's holding it up. Mando's got all over him, referee will give that as a foul, as he probably should there, but he needed to hold him up there, Paul, I think.
He did, and he did hold him up. Pitch now began to churn up a bit when Inman was in the penalty area. They can still see the turf that's out. He slipped and it cut up. In the process, gave the ball away. But yes, Andow did well in delaying it. Didn't get a booking, which is even better. As Haynes gets the ball back to Hayton. Hayton, a star man so far, I'd say, for the home side. Plenty of time to go, though. We're only into the 41st minute of this game. Glennon gets a head on to Inman. Inman finds York. York bounces off his chest, gets the ball out wide to Panther. Panther now outside the penalty. He comes inside. There's a slip. Panther, he's put the ball too far, but then it goes for a corner. I think he'd lost the ball, actually, Panther, and he gets a corner out of it, so he did well in the end.
That was a great tackle there from Brad Russell. Just
It was.
Back and just to deny Panther. But as you said, it seems to be a bit endemic with him. He seems to be running the ball very well, but he just overruns it, which is unfortunate. But we have got a corner, second of the game.
We have the second corner of the game. And Battaggio this time going to be taking this one from the far side. Pigeon lands on the roof. As he leaves it there. Battaggio then in swinging corner, comes in, keeper catches it easily on the line. So far from the corners that we've had, there's been no pressure on the keeper whatsoever. And the ball with Akbandi. He's running forward, the number 19. Plays the ball back to De Silva, out wide on the far side. De Silva gets the 1-2. Coyle gets a foot in there, well done, Coyle. Then he's fouled. And from the back will be a free kick, which it is. The 2 minutes gone here at Woodside Park. Kettering Town 1-0 ahead. A penalty from Glennon and a sending off to the home side in the process. And you wouldn't really know, but they keep saying it's 10 against 11 at the moment. The dynamic has changed for Bishop. Kettering really do need to get a second goal to assert themselves. And not put this game to bed yet, but it would certainly help things if they did, as Andow has to play the ball back to Glennon. Squares it to Lewis, who's come back to receive the ball. Plays it out wide to Panther. It doesn't reach him, though. And there's a slip there by Bishop, and it arrives at Lewis. Corrected for sign. Not on a lot on for him. But he does find Glennon. Glennon hits a good ball towards Battaggio. The sun blinds us. It's back with Andow. Put the ball towards that back post edge. York goes over him. There's Panther. He's going to shoot. He does another good block. And that's 3 or 4 times that the Poppies have had volleys, half volleys, and have been blocked by the Bishop defenders. And again, the pitch there not helping Kettering with slipping around. Panther fouls in the process. It's a free kick being taken quickly. De Silva finds Haynes. The chip by Haynes. I think he'd got the wrong iron there.
I definitely think so.
The sand wedge he was using, but it certainly didn't go where he wanted it to.
A couple of scores just coming in there from we mentioned before. Leaston have now equalised against Harborough at home. Corn still 1-up. Spalding United 1-up against Banbury. Eldoin are 1-up against St Ives.
Ball out with Williams on this right-hand side as half-time closes in. Williams comes inside. Williams might try a shot here. He does. And high, wide. He was hoping to get some curl on that. He didn't. And it hit the stand. It goes out for the goal kick. 44 minutes we're into. Won't be too much time added on. It's only had a sending off and a goal. No substitutions or any injuries so far needed attending to. So everything going okay for Lynn McDonald's side at the moment. But only halfway through, well, not halfway through yet. Payton taking his time with this goal kick. Sun blinding as it moves around the ground.
Low.
Not often we've said that recently, is it? As Brad Russell does well, gets the ball through to Canby. He's fouled by Inman. That'll be a free kick. It's not from there, it's where the referee was, but they're still going to take this halfway in Kettering's half. Into the final minute of the first 45. De Silva over the ball. Battaggio isn't 10 yards, nor is Coyle. Been told to go back, which they're doing rather reluctantly. That's still not 10 yards. Still not 10 yards, but De Silva then left foot, he pushed the ball in, offside. Kettering survived that late So just heard there's 1 minute of additional time. Just said there wouldn't be much, so there's not. So Alexander will come out and do as much time wasting as he can get away with his first half. Plays it to Forsyth. Forsyth to Glennon. Glennon to Andow. Back to Glennon. No. There goes the whistle for half time, and it's a good one for anybody listening from Kettering Persuasion. Bishop of Stortford 0, Kettering Town 1. The all-important goal scored by Will Glennon from the penalty spot early in the first half, and in the process of sending off for Charlie Johnson, who blocked handballed Wes York's goal-bound shot, which saw the straight red, and Kettering Glennon sending keeper Adam Hayton the wrong way. He's had a good game for Bishop Stortford as Hayton, and it's 1-0. So good tidings here from Hertfordshire in the blazing sunshine. Not hot though, and I doubt from tomorrow onwards we'll see much more of it.
Indeed, enjoy your break. We'll see you on the other side.
Welcome back to the Woodside Park here in Bishop Stortford for the second half. Kettering, if you've not been with us in the first half, where were you? And secondly, more importantly, Kettering are ahead by a goal to nil. A penalty scored by Will Glennon early in the first half after a blocked handball. And Bishop resulted in Charlie Johnson being sent off for that as well. Neither side really had any real shots on target. Kettering have had a lot blocked, and Kettering have played reasonably well. Hayton in goal for Bishop. Stortford's been the busy of the two keepers. He's dealt with all the set pieces really well. He tipped one onto the bar, and out come the Poppies. And as I say, second half, 45 minutes of football to go. Can Kettering come away with 3 valuable points? And they need it. That is for sure. And 8 goals conceded in the last 2 games. And Yeah, we need to really consolidate in the second half and see if they can put the 10 men under pressure. They always say it's harder to play against 10. It does seem that way, but in theory, it shouldn't. But there we are. Both teams now back on the pitch. So are the officials. The sun is in a very, very bad position for us, right in the corner, right into our eyes. I've not seen it for about 6 months, the sun, so it's a welcome relief to seeing it. But it's right in the wrong place. We've had blue skies today as well, another rarity. And then just going over to pull up Alexander's socks. Very strange. Kettering will be kicking off, kicking from right to left towards the travelling fans. I said there's about 60, probably about right, 60 or 70. Look, there would have been more if it would have been segregated. Don't know why it was segregated, but they. So just hearing that there's a substitution for the home side. Charlie Castle, the number 7, going off, being replaced by Victor I, 17. It's As You Are for the Poppies. And it's the debut so far for Ryan Inman. Have to wait and see if Nathan Jeshi comes on to make his debut, the new signing from Whipswell Town. It is Tajo over the ball. We had a long wait for the kick-off of the first half. We're getting another long wait for the kick-off of the second half. But we are almost ready to go. And we are off. Ball back with Glennon. Glennon on that far side, sending a long ball towards Panther. It's cleared. Throw-in for the Poppies on that far side, and Anjou over there. So he will be taking throw-in. Will it be a long one? No. It's to Lewis, who has a missed kick there, really, and has to recompose himself and get the ball to Glennon. Glennon to Coyle. Coyle. Glennon with the ball in his own half. Just moving around a bit. Ball played out towards Coyle, but he hasn't got there. Sorry to Glennon, and a stranger amongst us.
You look like you were struggling there, Cookie.
Well, I can't see for a start, and I'm trying to fiddle around with the clock.
Oh, maybe you should have another ale or two. That might help you.
I don't drink
No,
much more than I can.
not what the photo said last night.
No, well, that's true. But away goes Inman to Coyle. Coyle puts the ball in. There's a chance for Panther. 2-0. What a goal! Oh, excellent goal there from Panther. You joined us right at the right time, Peter.
Well, there we go. I'm going to say it for the rest of the season then. Ollie Coyle, Lewis Coyle there, was superb ball, perfect. And it's the first ball that's actually come in that's not been going towards the hands of Adam Hayton. And there, Eddie Panther there. He did try a little bit too hard. He got the pot shots. That was perfect. All he had to do was direct it. No, the pace on the ball there has been placed to the right-hand side of Adam Hayter. And well, Kettering Town deservedly now 2 goals up.
And both players, both Glennon and Panther, on 4 goals, equaling Andow. So they're catching Ranger.
Well, they might get there by about April, the end of the season then, this rate.
Oh, let's hope not.
But there we go. What Kettering have been calling out for is an out-and-out striker. Panther's there. His efforts sometimes doesn't quite get the goals that he deserves, but he deserves it today, and there we go.
So the Poppies to up a very, very quick goal indeed. 47 minutes and 2-0. So that eases things a little bit, but they mustn't let up. They have to keep going. And of course, 2-0 was the scoreline here last season, I think. So it'd be nice to beat that this season.
Of course, the worst goal lead you can have. Do you sit back? Do you go? The cliches all popping out there. My word, that sun really is atrocious. I mean, it's beautiful if you're into photography. Beautiful silhouettes of the conifers in front of us, but not very useful if you're going to try and watch it or commentate on some football.
I did mention it earlier. I don't think the fans actually were listening probably believe me, but I'm glad you said that because it is in an extremely delicate place, isn't it?
It certainly is. Oh, I believe, I believe someone's about to take over from me, but I'm going to keep scoring goals. I think I'll stay here, actually.
Well, yeah, probably
I'd like
a good omen, I'd say, for.
I'd like to say you're not missing much. We can't really tell right in front of us. There's Bishop Stortford, the ball in Kettering's half at the moment, coming onto the right-hand side here. Driving run. Bishop Stortford still trying to reach their first attack on goal. Hasn't come so far as held up in the Kettering area. The ball's hacked away by a Kettering red shirt. I think my time here is already up, but at this rate, I might as well.
Well, away goes Panther now for the Poppies. Panther just outside. He's got Lewis one side of him. You see the side there with Tajo. It's in fact Williams puts the ball in. Good save from Hayter, but a shot on target. And that's what we were missing in that first half. And certainly Kettering have come out in the second half like a house on fire and gone 2-0 up. A sensational goal from Panther. And did you see it?
I just about caught it there on the way back to the bar. What a fantastic goal that was. Beautiful.
Did you say the word bar? And another attempt there as Hayton comes out again to deny Panther. But De Silva, who had that good run, he is the main threat. The sun's in a nice place. Short has already mentioned it. Couldn't he? Free kick to Bishop Stortford. And De Silva, who had that nice mazy run, is going to take this. Should be glad when he gets behind that conifer. And in fact, De Silva got his arm up as well. He can't see anything as the ball right-footed comes in. It's a good ball there towards Russell. He turns, puts the ball in, cleared by Panther, gets it through to York. Williams is with him, but York with the ball. Just by the halfway line, comes inside, plays the ball back to Glennon. Welcome back. Look, you come at a good time.
Absolutely. Always a good symbol, if you like, for town. But that's it. It's a great result now with a good score, sorry, because it's 2-0. So and certainly with Bishop Stortford coming out with a bit more verve in the second half as well. So you've missed nothing at the moment. Just a foul there on Manwy on the far side. Now it's gone to Phil Happy Lewis going to take this, which he does to offside. Every single Kettering player apart from Jay Alexander is in the second, is in the Bishop Stortford half here. And a lovely play through. Tajo cutback, cleared out. And now they come forward here with Akwembe. He gets tackled. A really robust challenge there from Inman. Nick Green is absolutely incandescent. He cannot believe that the referee has given a free kick there. And some exchange there just from Liam and Bishop Stortford to manager Castle there about that. But referee's given a free kick. He's just having a quick chat with Inman just to say, look, just calm it down. Let's not have that again.
Liam certainly served that one, isn't he? You know,
he did indeed. That's a reference to some of our more TV savvy older listeners today. But the silver
comes just outside and tried to be cleared, but it is cleared this time by Inman. The sun is a nuisance, but the ball is back in Kettering's half. It's a wild pass that arrives at Alexander, who just trots around and gets the ball out on the far side to Glennon. He finds Andow puts his arm up, plays it inside to Glennon, halfway in Kettering's half. He puts it back across the park to the side, going through the Swedgy area, going forward, out wide to Coyle, inside to Panther. He's lost the ball. Canby, he lost the ball too as Glennon intercepts, gets through to Panther, chests it down to Tajo. Out wide. I don't think York can keep that in. He can't. Good attempt, but it went out for a throw in. Again, good movement from Kettering. They certainly looked a different side in this second half. Scoring very, very quickly indeed. Another foul, this time by Lewis on Akambi. Well, so Akambi had that awful foul on Williams earlier on in the game. Getting a bit of treatment back himself. Ball with Panther, though. Panther's got Potato behind him, being fouled all the way by Vasilio. And De Silva between them has been taken quickly. It's back with Ando on the far side. Panther still down. He's looks like he might. Ando's going to try a shot, I think, here. Ando shot, deflection. Going to go for corner. And Panther is getting, might need some attention here. The referee's going over to him. He certainly came off worse from that double tackle. Referee James Corden, goes over to see him. But trotting around all right now.
He is trotting around. It's going to be taken short. Kettering Town have got a lot more time on the ball, it seems, in the second half now. Carter's going to take the corner, plays it in. The switch on. Hayden comes out, headed up into the air there. Only as far as Coyle throws it down, passes it out to Inman. Inman will play this long, trying to get Panther in. Headed out by De Silva. But again, just can't get out of their area. Bishop's not played at all. And coming forward, Williams just on the end of the apex of the 18-yard box, plays it into Ando. Ando tries to play a 1-2, but it's easily cut out as Coyle stops the counter-attack. It goes to Potato. Potato plays it inside to Valenda. He's got a bit of a nosebleed, but he's heading out there now on the 18 yards outside the box. Goes up to Williams. Williams on the far side, hugging the touchline. He comes in, tries to go for the byline. Can he get past Davis? He can't. Good tackle for Davis in his 18-yard box. It's impossible. He didn't really want it there, but he's passed it out now. And they're back on the attack here with Davis just cutting back in. It's actually AE. AE's played it forwards. They're on 18-yard box. There's policed well by York, but they're still on the 18 yard, looking for some support. It comes back to De Silva. De Silva puts it across, cut out by Forsyth, but only as far as AE. Still on the attack, just trying to get the ball in. Comes back out of the way. That's kicked straight out of play for a Poppies throw.
Looks like they're going to make a substitution on the home team. Jack Smith coming on, wearing a mask. And looks a bit like Hannibal Lecter, the way he's got it on at the moment, doesn't he? But
tell you what, it's really matched up hell of a last minute, isn't it?
Brad Russell coming off.
Brad Russell coming off. Midfield for midfielder. Straight swap. So always mentioning it's. I
hope he doesn't get too close to it. He might start biting them if it's. Well, I've not seen a mess like that. It's a lot. It's almost full face, isn't it? Looks like remember it
almost like almost like a crash helmet visor. It's got on there. It's even got a nose.
Yeah,
it's impressive. It's impressive. It's an impressive piece of
Damon Hirst creations. Ball is with Panther, who's then brought down, nothing given, ball out of play. Throw into Kettering on the halfway line to the displeasure of Steve Castle. When the ball goes out of play, that's what happens. It's not from there anyway, but he's pitched about 8 yards there. The referee's seen it. Well, you got away with 6 yards, I think, there, but if you're going to send them back, send them back. But York wins the ball, gets it to Lewis. Lewis outside to Ando. Ando's got Williams on the wing, doesn't use him much chance here, but York straight at the keeper, straight into his midriff. Good shot just from outside the penalty area, but direction either side would have put Payton under pressure. Kettering get the ball back again with Potato. Oh, lovely little dummy shuffle there. Gets it through to Panther. No, he doesn't. But Inman flicks it on, and it comes off a Bishop player for a Kettering throw. Coyle takes it quickly. No, he doesn't. And then Inman is knocked down by the 19 and holds his head. Certainly a collision. There's been a bit of interest with those two all afternoon. The referee now going over to see Canby.
I think it was more like a brush pass than anything.
Inman saying he's been it's his arm that he's leading with. Punish him with the third goal, I say. So in comes the shot. Yeah, I think I should have shut up there. The shot high, wide, handsome over into Stansted Airport. That one's gone, I think. But
it's definitely on the runway. That one. But,
it is.
We don't. I mean, the Kettering Town players don't want to get involved in this. Really, they just want to keep it professional, keep it tight. We've got the second goal. Let's just try and finish the game out.
Yeah, a clean sheet would be good as well. A win's excellent if they should do that. And as you say, they want to be into a slanging match. But if Bishop gets the ball, but only towards Ando, he heads it back, but cut out by the substitute Smith. We had a Jack Smith play for us, I think, a few seasons ago. But Patanjo gets the ball. He sends a long run up. Number 5, underneath it. Goalkeeper has to come out, heads the ball out. Nobody following up to lob into an empty goal, and Bishop get the ball away. It's through to Victor Ives, can also come on, robbed by Patanjo, and then Panther, who doesn't give Patanjo much chance, and a foul, blatant foul by right in front of the referee, and the home fans didn't think it was. I did. But yeah, it is a foul. Toil over the ball. Inman and can be shaking hands there, getting over their lovers' tiff. It's back with Ando on the far side. Ando gets the return back to Glennon. Squares it to Forsyth. That's the 100th time I've said that this afternoon. It's a coil. You find Patanjo. It's a little look backwards towards Inman. Squares it to Glennon. Glennon on the halfway line. Glennon scored the first goal from the penalty, gets it to Lewis. Lewis out wide to Andau. Andau loses the ball, though, at the critical time, and Bishop clear it. And it's on the far side, though. Glennon and Canby in battle. Ball back with Forsyth in Kettering style. You just joined us. It's Kettering Town 2-0 up here at the Woodside. And looking good for it, though.
Yeah, looking very good for it. Coyle just passes it on to Panther. Panther comes inside. Tries to go with the ball there. Good tackle. The referee's going to give a free kick. Again, Eddie Panther's making a difference. He's actually challenging the Bishop Thorpe defenders. He's trying to go past them, and every time he just gets pulled down there. That was he was sandwiched, if you like, between two blue players, and it's probably got probably 20 yards, probably 25 maybe, just outside 25. Paul says so. He's a better distance evaluator than I am. So about 25 yards out on the left-hand side of the Bishop Stortford 18-yard area. Will Glenn standing over it majestically, hands on hip, having a discussion with Wes York. And I think you will either have a shot, although Forsyth is here as well. But I think Glenn will have a go from this distance. 2 in the wall. The goalkeeper towards the left-hand side. There is a big area here. If he can get it over the wall, he's going to go for it. And he does. Lovely patch, but pushed out there, palmed out there by Hayton. It's put back to De Silva and cleared out by Bishop's top of there. But a good positive attack and a good positive free kick there from Glennon.
Yeah, another good save from the keeper. He's conceded 2. Can't really say any of his fault, to be honest. Penalty went the wrong way, and a directed header by Panther, taking him out of the equation. But he's pulled off a couple of decent saves, that being one of them. Tipped one onto the bar in the first half. That was also a good effort. And he's caught well from corners and free kicks. But we've got the side. Ball from him, though. Comes down to Lewis. Gets it to Glennon. Has to make a sliding clearance. But he wasn't given much chance with that. And it goes out for a Bishop's throw-in. We're about 15 minutes into this second half. And it's 2-0 to Kettering if you just joined us. If you have just joined us, welcome. Little back flick there by the Bishop, intercepted by Inman. Gets it to Panther, who's causing all sorts of problems, as we say. And there's an interesting challenge there that, the number 17 eye on Panther. Look a bit riled to Bishop Stortford, actually. They need to do something, but they're going around it the wrong way, in my opinion, for what's that worth. But I with the ball. Gets it to Russell. He loses it for Taggio. He leaves it for York on the halfway little tap to Lewis. To Inman, sorry. He finds Williams. Nobody with him, though. And it goes harmlessly out. Can you retain it? Rather fortuitously gets it to Inman. Back to Andau. Then back to Inman. Sending it towards York. It goes over him. There'll be a chase for De Silva. He just clears the ball. And Forsyth will play it back to Alexander, as he does. And it's with Lennon. 2-0 here to the Poppies.
It's nice to not hear Jay Alexander's name the whole time when we're doing our commentary. As I think one of the people have mentioned on the chat, it's nice to have the action up the other end as offside flag goes up there against Panther.
Well, yes, I've been listening in from my sick bed, and I must say it's maybe worse. So yes, it's better than playing at the other end and scoring goals. Hayton then with the ball for the Blues. It's a good. It's gone straight to Alexander from goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Just bowls the ball out to Glennon. Finds Lewis. Sorry, that was Inman again, not Lewis. Been involved quite a lot, the new boy.
He has. He's done very well, actually. He's been that sort of midfield anchor, really, just trying to get the ball and making sure that the ball is actually, distributed as best he can. Great tackle there from Taggio to take off De Silva. Hands it into the area, squares it across the 18-yard box, and the gloved Kai Williams couldn't get it, but it was cleared out, which I think has gone out for a throw, I think, on the left-hand side there.
What a fantastic piece of work, though, from Taggio. He's on the floor.
Brilliant.
His enthusiasm to get up and get the ball before any Bishop Stortford players there all to see. Tremendous work from him. Feeding the ball through, and then Panther getting it across. And just a mad clearance as the threat has been taken. Lewis puts the ball in towards that back post. It's headed out. Not very far. Williams gets a touch into it. A shot comes in from Andau, and that just goes inches wide. He's desperate to get on that score sheet and become the out and right second place goal scorer. He's now equal with Panther and Glennon. Loza, who's since departed, of course, to Her Majesty's pleasure, and Panther joining the club of four.
Indeed, good to see. But Bishop Stortford are not finished today, but they are going to come forward now as they do. Comes all the way along here to Apamangi. Apamangi plays the ball forward, gets cut out. Lewis cut out by De Silva. Coyle completely. There's an air shot on the 18-yard box. Misses that. It's absolutely pandemonium. It's cleared out now to Panther. Can Panther get going? He plays a lovely ball out to York in the middle of the pitch. He chests it down. It comes off his hand. He hits the post, but it was so unlucky there. Beautiful ball from Panther.
It was a great ball, and it did hit the arm of York. Nothing he could do about that, really. Unlucky signals Panther, who's had a great game, I think, this afternoon, especially in the second half. He's been exceptional. Certainly a difference, but Bishop Stortford still not giving up, as they won't. Ball back with Alexander. Now it's with Glennon on the far side, who took his penalty exceptionally well. Gets it to Inman. He puts the ball out wide to Williams. Only Kettering player wearing gloves, beside the goalkeeper, of course. Sorry, goalkeeper's wearing gloves. But as Forsyth goes through the quagmire area of the pitch, it's turning into, finds Lewis. Lewis switches it on the far side to Andau. Andau, strong, powerful, going forward, puts the ball through towards Lewis. He can't get a shot on it. It's been blocked. Finds Coyle. Slipped by for Taggio. He keeps his composure. There's Panther. And the goalkeeper comes out and does well with the guidance of Russell to stop Panther. Add in a second for him.
Indeed, Kettering getting more of the ball. Let me get into to get more chances as Bishop Stortford get a bit deeper as Bishop go forward here. Number 12 plays out to Akamai. Akamai's got past Forsyth easily, plays an early ball across, but Endo will be there as he does. Lovely play by Endo, just majestically sweeping across the the pitch here at Woodside Park.
Very faulty towerish, that was.
And yeah, I wasn't going to mention any wildebeest at this point, but I could have done. Coyle's got the ball, plays it back to Forsyth. And to be fair, Kettering are very compact, very competitive in midfield, and certainly have been quite creative in the last third to be able to get the ball up, especially in the second half, with good rapport being built between Penta and also Pacho. But Coyle has the ball, and it goes back to Forsyth, deep into Kettering territory.
Yep, ball with Glennon on the far side. Pitch cutting up now quite a lot, and a lot of slipping by Kettering players, and a lot of turf. And there's a chance here for Panther. He can't control it at the last moment, but it is with Lewis, sent it out wide of Pataggio. Panther are there, he's inside the penalty area. Pataggio might try one, he does it blocked again, and it goes for a goal kick. Kettering fans' displeasure, but it does. Kettering had a lot of shots blocked today. Bishop have blocked very, very well.
They've been excellent at the back. The back four, and especially the two towering centre halves, have been excellent in terms of blocking that. They did that in the first half as well. But
Mark Haynes in particular has been a rock there at the back, hasn't he?
He has, and Thompson at the back there as well. So, but referees allowed the game to flow, which has helped as well. But I think they're going to struggle as the effect of the 10 men start kicking. So,
especially on the pitch, as I say, it's getting heavier now, isn't it? You can see that it isn't playing that well, and loses the ball on the halfway line. Then regains it back easily. Now's the chance here. It's 4 against 2. It's out wide to Coyle, and it was York actually, not Coyle. They look very similar. Knocks Mark Hope over with the cross. Excellent. Mark Hope, our cameraman, was watching his camera, and the ball goes over and knocks him off his seat. That's a few for us.
Oh, I think so, absolutely, as he acknowledges the crowd.
Yeah. Marvellous. Those things you love to see. The ball is played back to Body Silver to Hayton. But York probably could have done better with his effort, to be fair. But it's still 2-0. Which is good news for those supporting in Northamptonshire and around, supporting the Poppies, wherever you're listening in from. Thank you for your comments and your listening in. We appreciate it, that's for sure. Poppies proud around the world as Bishop come forward with Jake Thompson, who I had him sent off. Lovely little flick there. There's a chance here for the home side. Puts the ball in, deflected. And the shot there by Basilio goes into the arms of the diving Alexander, who was almost in slow motion. He bowls that ball out quickly to Coyle. Coyle sends it long, intercepted by Russell, who slices that ball, but Haynes gets ahead to it, as does Inman. Pataggio, little touch on there to Panther. Panther on this left-hand side going forward. York in the middle. Pataggio catching up. Panther trying to get by Russell. Falls over. And that should be a penalty, the second one, and not given. That was unbelievable.
That was. You can argue that was a penalty. To be fair, he did play in the second time when he went down, but the referee was right on the spot there.
Well, the Bishop fans certainly haven't given up the ghost, singing their hearts out in the stand.
Yeah, it's good to hear them. They've not given up at all.
No, that's fair play to them as the ball arrives at Coyle. Coyle allows that to run out of play. As we're into the 24th minute of this game. And been a good performance from Kettering overall. We haven't said that recently. Well, certainly result-wise we haven't, but the game not over yet.
No. We reckon about still about 18 minutes or so. We'll see how we go.
Panther can't get to that one, but he's causing troubles every time. They're frightened of him. He's been a right handful today as the ball arrives back at Alexander and taps it to himself. And he's lovely green boots. Plays it to side out to Coyle, who's hugging this byline. Pataggio can't get there, but I can. I don't mean I mean I on the pitch, but Ball arrives at Panther. It comes off Lewis to De Silva. But Lewis wins the battle with the big number 19 and gets a throw in from it. So good work from him.
He's actually played well, hasn't he? I think. And I think the tactical switch, putting Panther and York up front together, certainly has made it a lot easier with certainly with Iz playing just in the hole behind them. It's worked really well.
A couple of Kettering subs warming up, Thanoj and Jeshi. So Nathan Jeshi, the new signing. Might see a glimpse of him. The side plays the ball back rather strongly to Alexander, who is alert, thankfully, and he dispatches that towards Panther. But he won't win that on height. Glennon allows it to go over him into Alexander. Lewis finds Glennon. Glennon to Andau, who trips over himself, regains the ball, does well. Another plane takes off. Ball out wide here to Coyle. Chests it down, keeps it in. Going forward. Still Coyle. Flicks the ball out wide to Panther. Can Panther keep it? He can't. It's just a little bit too heavy. And it goes out for a Bishop throw-in on this left-hand side. A little bit cooler now, Doug, as well.
Yeah, getting a bit crisp, I would say, but we should stop just coming forward now with De Silva. De Silva playing it, try and find Akinbanwi, but he's not going to get that, and that trickles all the way through to Jay Alexander. Good performance so far from the Poppies. I think there's probably another goal in it, but we'll see what happens. Glennon just trying to get up, just taking his time on the halfway line, not getting challenged, plays it out to Ando. Ando has got the space to go forward, which he does, cuts inside. Coyle's available if he can get across to it here. Coyle's just looking for a pass to Panther. Panther plays it in first time to try and get to York. It's headed out, but only as far as Kai Williams. Volley for Kai Williams, hits the post. Cleared away by Davis, but picked up by Ando again. Kettering are really sort of pushing now, but see if they can get the third. Ando still going as the planes are literally going over us. Inside by Williams, left foot shot. Great save. What a fantastic save that was from Hayden.
Two great efforts, though, from Williams and matched by the goalkeeper, who's probably, for me, their man of the match so far. But will Williams ever score? I mean, in two incredible efforts. One hit the bar that was going in, and then a final touch by the keeper diving for a corner. And Williams denied on two separate occasions there for putting the Poppies 3-0 ahead. And if he had done, they deserved it.
They did, and indeed Nick Green, the assistant manager, was on the pitch at that point. The referee assistants had a little chat with him to get back into the dugout. But what a great shot that was. Ball comes across. Ando chests it down. It'll be cleared out though, but only as far as Coyle in the middle of Bishop's top and a half. Heavily as he going to go forward, plays it out to the wing to Furtado, who switch sides on the edge of the 18-yard box, goes back to Inman. Inman plays it inside to Lewis, goes back outside here to York. Kettering complete dominance here. Bishop Stortford are very deep. Kettering just playing the ball around. About halfway through the Bishop Stortford half, it goes into Will Glennon, who's almost like stepping forward now. Goes back to Inman on the halfway line. It's tactical retention football here from Kettering. Just taking their time, comes out the far side. Looking for an impact. Lovely chip forward there to York. Just on the edge of the 18-yard box, he turns inside to Kai Williams. He's going to get a chance to shoot again, which he does, and collected straight into his bread basket by Hayden there. But he's got his angles right today, Paul, hasn't he?
He has. So we were saying at half time, Kettering haven't had many shots on target, but in this second half, they defied that and had many shots on target. And on another day, some of those would have gone in. But a bit of fortune for Bishop and the excellence of Adam Hayton in goal. As Inman, the new boy, who's had a very good game, gets the ball to Williams, out to Andau. Andau plays the ball through to Williams again. Can he get a shot in here? Williams goes out wide, puts the ball in, and it goes for a corner. Another save by the goalkeeper. Williams can't believe it. I think the 10 men now are struggling a little bit, aren't they?
They are. They're going deeper and deeper as time goes on. It looks like there's some activity here on the Poppies bench. So we'll be introducing like Callum Powell, stepping off. and can't quite see who else looks like. Probably Yeshe, I think, by the look of it.
Yes, I think
Right, but they're getting ready. In the meantime, we've got a Kettering corner right on the far side here. Forsyth is up, ball comes in, all the way along there. Ando can't get over it. And Bishop's not going to clear this out with Davis. They're just looking to see if they can get some support as they got the field. Getting back in positions now. It's Ogo Wera loses the ball, tries a little cute pullback, but it's easily picked out by Ishbitado, who's had a great game, especially the second half. He's been on both sides now. The Bishop stopped the defence, but Kettring's still coming forward, and Inman's got it on the halfway line.
Yep, Inman just trotting into the centre circle, gets it back to the side. Substitutes waiting to come on. Inman plays it back to Alexander. He plays it out wide to Glennon. Glennon with that shock of red hair going forward. Good ball into Fataggio. He does well, gets it to Lewis. Lewis out wide to Coyle. Coyle, he's got York with him. They look very, very similar, this pair. York gets it to Fataggio. Fataggio going to come inside. A movement there from the Panther, but there is Coyle. Back to Fataggio. Very close passing involved here. Back to Lewis, to Coyle, back to Lewis. Switching it on the other side now as Inman gets it out wide to Andau. Andau. And that movement breaks down. She's still waiting to come on as Bishop get the ball away. Good movement from the number 14, Jack Smith. Still going forward. And good interception there to Fataggio. Fataggio now through the Panther. It's 4 at the back. 5 at the back against 3 at the moment. So Panther puts the ball out wide to Andau. Andau puts the ball over. It comes to York, who's waiting for it on the edge of the penalty area. He comes inside. Might try long range. He does a little flick there, and there's a chance here. Offside. Panther puts it in, but it was offside. And now Kettering will make the substitutions. And it's going to be Callum Powell and new boy Nathan Jeshe coming on for the Poppies, and also another change for Bishop Stortford.
It's like Kyle Williams coming off there, Paul.
So Williams coming off them for the Poppies for Jeshe, and Callum Powell coming on. And of course, Jeshe now becomes a 40th player Kettering have used this season in first-class games. So not a record yet, by the way. 69 is the record. And off comes Eddie Panther, who's had a very good game indeed, getting applause from all the away fans, and deservedly so. He's been a handful today. Scored a cracking header. Could have probably had another one as well. And he leaves the field. And Panther goes. On comes Powell. So there's the substitutions for you. And number 16 came on for Bishop, replacing Brad Russell. His name is Debbie Carrera. And headed there by Glennon, but it goes straight through to De Silva. A chance here for the home side. De Silva might try a long range, he does, but high, low, wide, and ugly.
It's in that order. Just a couple of scores from the other games going on in the league today. Bury Town are 2-1 up against Southchurch. 0-0 at Barwell against Bromsgrove. Harbour a 3-2 win in front against Leiston at home. Royston 2-0 up against Horn 2-0 up against Royston. And Spalding a 1-1 with Banbury, who came back from the conceding that first goal. Halesowen 3-0 up against St Ives. And Redditch 1-0 up against Stourbridge. So still all to play for here.
Well, there's another foul on the number 19, who's going to make a meal of it, of course, but it was a foul just inside Kettering's half, and two more substitutes lining up. The Poppies, Andy Fanodge and Ben Isaacson look like they're coming on as we're into the 35th minute or so here. So
I think it's more than that, Paul. I think we've probably got about 7 minutes left. I think 7 or 8.
We started our clock. Well, I started our clock late because
we were late.
I was fanning around with it, missed the button, but, juggling with Shorty at the time. But, two more coming on then for Kettering. Ben Isaacson, as I said, and Andy Fanodge will be replacing. Let's see who's coming up. Fanodge and Isaacson waiting to come on. Ryan Inman, he's had an exceptional debut. He's done well. Again, getting good applause from the fans, and a good debut from him. Mal fiddling around with the board. And Lewis Coyle coming off, who's had a good game as well. In fact, it's hard to think of a captain player that hasn't played well this afternoon. And credit where credit's due. They've had a good team meeting, I would think. And they've come out firing on all cylinders in the second half, and they've done exceptionally well. 2-0 up here at Bishop Stortford. And new boy, as I say, Nathan Jeshe is on. Has he got time to enter the fray and nod one in?
Indeed. I see I'm getting some constructive criticism here.
Go on.
By saying not Leiston, it's Leiston. To get my pronunciation.
Depends what part of the country you come from, in my opinion.
Well, it's
like Broom and Frome, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, it is. And but you know, I always bow to our listening public, our Poppies fans. So I shall take that on board. But meantime, Bishop Stortford have managed to get a corner.
They have. And with all the changes, the 4 changes that have happened, you never know. They could sneak one in, and then that would make the last 5 minutes or so, or 10 minutes with time added on, a little bit squeaky bum time, I think the term is. But of course, the Silver with it at the moment, crowding that 6-yard box. And in it comes in swinger, goes out of play, harmless, and that's it. Forsyth not happy with the shirt tugging that he was receiving. Alexander trots over to get the ball. Won't be speeding up too much. But a good solid performance by Kettering this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. Compact, organised, and really, given the contrast that we've seen in the last 4 or 5 games, as Jay Alexander just kicks it out, we've actually been really quite lethal in front of goal. I mean, Kai Williams has had lots of different chances. Panter's had a few. It's been really positive to see some good strikes on goal. But the game's not over yet. They've still got another, I reckon, another 4 minutes plus stoppage. And Bishop Stortford have decided to wake up and see if they can try.
Nothing to lose, have they?
No, nothing to lose. They can really throw themselves at it now. So
Byfield's jumping up and down, so he's going to be the final addition to the substitute bench. Cleared by Forsyth, goes out towards York, but it goes over everybody except Leon Davis. There's a chance here, but the goalkeeper should win that battle. He does. Fanodge gets his first touch. It's flicked on. There's Glennon booking the ball forward. Jeshe gets a chest to it, but it goes straight to a Stortford defender. Long range shot. Well, there's another word I could use there for that. And well, from that range, that was a bit silly, really. But Wes York is coming off.
Indeed, and also Bishop's starting to make another 2 substitutions. So they've both sides have basically cleared their benches and used the squad to its full extent in this game. But yeah, Wes York's had a great game. He really, especially in the first half, he harried. He was there. He won the penalty in the first place. Did well, and is has really played well. He hasn't featured in too many of the last games, but he's really done himself in the Poppies crowd here today at Woodside Park.
So then Byfield on, and all benches have been used, and waiting to get back underway. Alexander still waiting. So the leading goal scorer has gone off, as has Liam Davis. And Alexander cheers by the home fans. Could this be something that they mischeered about? As the Poppies try to get the ball back, which they don't. And Bishop controlling it at the moment. The ball back with the number 16. Plays it out wide. Haynes had a good game also for the home side. The back pairing have done well. Free kick to Kettering on the far side. Will Jeshe get a chance to show us anything in the brief cameo he's going to portray?
Let's hope he gets an opportunity, because I think there will be when we go. I reckon we're probably almost feel about another minute or two full time, and then it'll be whatever the referee decides to add on. But I can tell you what, Nick Green, the assistant manager here, he's got his steps in this game. He has been up and down that technical area like a train.
Put away by Haynes into the Kettering half. Alexander thought about coming out, and Glennon is going to get rid of this, which he does. It is on by Panod, and Panod gets the ball back, plays it through to Pataggio, who's had an excellent game also. He finds Isaacson, back to Pataggio, going forward, trying to find Powell. Powell's going to get this. He's outside the penalty, inside the penalty area now. Powell goes one way, the other. Might try a shot. It's blocked once again. It goes high to the night sky, and nobody from Bishop has got near the ball. Powell has tried another shot. Again, it's blocked, and they clear it this time. And number 14, Jack Smith, out wide. The running surge from Victor I, and full ball from him, thankfully. And Andau gives the ball away for a throw-in down by the. We're into 4 minutes now of time added on. The board has just gone up. So averting a complete disaster.
What do you say?
This hopefully will be a very, very good display from Liam McDonald's side in all departments. They've come out in the second half and really showed their worth, and possibly could be more up than they are. Bishop have done well in the defensive quarter, especially the goalkeeper who's pulled off a few decent saves and blocks. Still Kettering trying to gain a third. There's Jeshe, plays the ball back to Isaacson, out wide to Andau, back to Lewis. In fact, it's Highfield, sorry. Highfield, back to the side. Playing it back to his tag partner, Glennon. He's going to go back to the side. Going through the quaggy part of the ground. There's a big sort of crater now that's appearing, isn't there, in these in the half, a bit like the ones at Latimer Park, where there's two areas, as we know, that are problematic. Like Bishop have got one as well, as the side tries to get the ball to Pataggio. It arrives there. He's under pressure straight away. Let's play it back to the side. Then to Isaacson. Back to Pasai. He's sending the ball along. A chase for Jeshe. Hasn't got near it though. He's well marshalled. Isaacson playing it long for Powell. Powell is with Pataggio. Powell can't do much there. It goes out for a Kettering throw in. I'd just like to see Jeshe get a chance and see what he can produce.
Exactly. And actually, to be fair, Callum Powell's looking pretty sharp. But yeah, it'd be good to get a chance for Jeshe, given the dominance that Poppies had in the second half here. Back to Wendo on the far side. Time for another one. Just keeping the possession, playing the ball around. Side to Lewis. So a bit of a penetration ball there down the channel. He plays it all the way across to Thanos. Thanos turns, comes inside. Edge of the centre circle. Still going, no challenge whatsoever. Might have to keep going. You can. Lovely ball through, but unfortunately, neither Isaacson or Ricardo can actually get hold of that, and it goes out for a goal kick.
He did everything right, didn't he, to a certain extent, until he didn't. And then, he should have probably looked up to see which way who was following him, but they weren't. The ball went out harmlessly for a goal kick, and then getting into the last period of this game. Time added on. Ball back with Alexander. Kettering will do nothing, I suppose, really spectacular to damage their progress. Alexander bowls the ball out to Glennon. Glennon plays it back to Alexander. He gets it to Desai. They don't want to do too much of this tippy-tappy stuff and give the ball away. They haven't. Andow is going down that fly line, sends it through to Fifield. Fifield now, fresh legs, comes on, comes inside under pressure, but does well with the ball, still with it, going one way, beats his man, puts the ball over, it doesn't reach. And if it had done, and there goes the whistle. That was it. That was the final. And the time added on seemed to go rather quickly for me, but it's all over, and a very good Poppies win here at Woodside Park, equaling the scoreline of last season and giving Liam MacDonald and the fans 3 valuable points.
3 valuable points indeed. Thank you very much for your comments, Gareth and Will and Andrew and everybody else that's joined us today in deepest Essex, where we're over here, pretty close to Stortford, is it? Oh, not close. But nevertheless, good 3 points, a professional performance, an excellent performance. All the Poppy squad got a chance to get a run out, which is really important given the absence of games we've had recently. So we can leave you here from Woodside Park with 3 points, a fantastic performance, and we all look forward to, hopefully, the game on Tuesday where we play Sudbury back at Latimer Park. We'll see you there. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will rejoin again on Tuesday. Have a good one.